update you on all the offseason player movement and see who landed where. Then later, we'll check in with our draft expert, Mel Kiper, as he gives us the scoop on the upcoming NFL Combine, and of course, he'll give us his take on the movers and shakers for the NFL Draft coming up in April. But before we get to all of that, let's begin by taking a look at the guys that have decided to announce their retirement from the game. DeVar Darling is one of the real big names that's decided to hang him up for good. The 9-year veteran saying he wanted to devote more time to his family, so he'll do just that. Mike Peterson also called it quits this offseason, and he too is a guy that'll be missed around NFL circles. Marcus Stroud announced his retirement a few weeks back. Never really a superstar in his years in the league, but certainly a guy that teammates love to have around. Hard to believe that it's been a dozen years since he was a fresh-faced rookie in the NFL, but he grew into a real team leader almost from the outset of his career and carried it all the way through his final year. Chris Jenkins has also, as you see, decided to call it a career. Now, he too was a guy that played with a lot of emotion up there, but he decides he's had enough. Meanwhile, with NFL free agency becoming more and more competitive by the year, a number of teams had to scramble to find cap room to re-sign their own free agents, as we see here. Lucas decides to remain on board with his existing club, and he'll be rewarded handsomely for doing so. 6 years, $51.1 million, plus a $10.2 million signing bonus. So they go ahead and lock him down for the next 6 seasons. And here's a signing that will do nothing but solidify this ball club. Jennings agrees to an extension with his old club, as he'll stick around for at least the next 5 years. Wilson decides to stay right where he is, as he is locked up 6 years, $50.6 million, plus a $10.1 million signing bonus. Logan will also be staying at his old address for a while, as he's locked up for the next 6 seasons. Now on to perhaps the big news this offseason, as the free agency period saw plenty of player movement, as we'll run down some of that for you. Pierce is going to find himself with a new club, and he'll be in a new tax bracket too. 6 years, $37.3 million, plus a $7.4 million signing bonus. Holland will also be locked up for a while as he signs a healthy 6-year contract with the Texans. Barnes is on the move. Perhaps not for all that he thought he'd get, but a good deal nonetheless. 6 years, $27.9 million. Todd is also on the move as he signs a robust 5-year contract with the Redskins. Mel?
Well, Trey, we're going to break down a few players that I think are really going to open some eyes when the Combine kicks off. McGee looks like he'll be one of the top players selected, and there's little doubt why. 6'1", 278, out of Cincinnati. Here's a guy that's athletically gifted for a tight end, and I think he can really solidify his draft position with a good workout. Jordan is also a guy to keep an eye on. His numbers from the Combine will tell a lot, but he looks to be the kind of guy that's going to draw a lot of interest come draft day. And then, after the top picks are gone, people always ask me about the guys I think are the sleepers in the draft. And I really believe that there are going to be some quality prospects out there that, for one reason or another, are going to fall to the later round. Haynes is pretty versatile at the cornerback position. I think if teams are looking to add a player in the secondary, he could maybe even step right in and play a lot early on in nickel and dime packages. Duncan is another guy I look at. Maybe didn't have the greatest senior season ever, but if you're going to roll the dice on a guy, he could turn out to be a good bargain. So there's just a handful of guys that bear watching over the coming weeks. I'll be back with more as draft day approaches. Till then, I'm Mel Kiper Jr.